Hey y'all, good morning. It's 7. I haven't been on for a while. For one, I had some personal things I had to handle. On top of being sick, I end up literally my voice was bad. It did not sound good, and I had to get some meds and get it all together. So here I am, going to go ahead and get into my video. Today's video is going to be about, or audio rather, it's going to be about a few things. It's going to be about depression. It's going to be about relationships, not just romantic relationships, just relationships in general, and the support that we need and the support that we're lacking. So let's get into it. The reason why I want to do this video on the topic, mainly based around depression, is because depression, for one, is real. Depression is something that a lot of us have experienced. Me personally, I have, and still is kind of experiencing it in different ways. And I got people around me that's experiencing it, whether they're close to me or away from me. I just see it so much, and it's just so heartbreaking because I feel like even though I didn't live through other generations. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted. It's like 2 a.m. I'm making this video. I usually make my videos around this time because my kids be asleep, but okay. No, I did not live in every generation, but I feel like this generation in particular, just looking back, is one of the most toxic, saddest, broken generations that I've ever seen documented. I feel like it's a lot of drug use, abuse, abandonment. It's just sad that not everybody, but a lot of people are just so lost and hurt that they have turned to drugs. Drugs are nothing new, but I feel like it's just become so like as if you're saying I'm going to go get a bottle of water. It's just become like, oh, okay, you do powder, oh, that's what's up. And I may joke about things and say little stuff, but I would never laugh at somebody who's truly in pain. It's really sad to see, though, because I'm only 31 years old, and a lot of people who are doing, drugs or are my age or even way younger or some older, It just, when I grew up as a kid, when you thought of somebody doing drugs, it was always like older people. You never actually seen it. Like, I didn't see or I didn't know of people being 20 and 15 and just strung out on drugs. So it's sad. And you could call it what you want. Like I said, I'm not trying to come at anybody or judge anybody, because I feel like a lot of us have our escapes. And the scary thing about drugs is that there's never a good ending with that, If you don't get help, at some point, it never ends good. You know what I mean? And it hurts a lot of people. So I just feel like the whole thing is just sad with the whole drug thing. Like, it's a lot of people that get on the internet every day and brag about, doing Percocets or doing powder or smoking weed. And I know people personally that smoke marijuana for whatever they want to smoke it for. But when it comes to a point to where you have to have it, or you're gonna feel some way, you're gonna be angry, then that's when you know you're addicted. And a lot of people that become addicted to things like that, it's because they're masking something, And I can speak on things like that because, I've been through that, not necessarily doing drugs, but I, and still kind of am going through depression. And you tend to do certain things to try to mask it. And a lot of people are masking it because it's like, it's not cool to say, hey, I'm hurting. It's not cool to say, I need a therapist. You know what I mean? And then when you do want to open up, you're talked about or you're laughed at, or it's like, oh, you'll be okay, you'll be fine, you'll get through that, whatever. Like, it's just so many broken people. Nobody know where to turn to. So it's like, hey, I found this. It makes me feel good, and that's what I want to do, and that's why I understand it. I really do understand, but it's still sad at the same time because a lot of us have children now, and they're gonna grow up, and they don't deserve to be in that type of situation or to, you know what I mean? So I think this generation and depression, it just has to be one of the worst times. I've just, this year alone for me has been a very, very tough year. Not my toughest, but a very tough year. I had my third baby early this year in February. And I never had postpartum before. After my two babies, like my two first babies, I was fine. I had them in my early 20s. I was fine. This third baby, I remember being in the hospital and them talking about the postpartum. And I remember in my head, like, when she was saying all the symptoms, I was like checking off in my head, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. That's everything I'm experiencing right now. But I was like, okay, when I get home, I'll get better. But I did it. I was like, oh my God. Because I'm not a crier. So when I was like just randomly crying and all types of stuff, I was like, okay, I got postpartum. And that's a scary thing. Like, if you've ever experienced it as a mother, then you know it's a real scary thing. And it's scary for numerous reasons, because of the thoughts, because of just the feeling you get, like it comes with a lot. And then it's like you can't really express how you feel. You have to kind of walk on eggshells, because if you say a certain thing, people are like, oh, she's crazy, or oh, she's gonna harm herself or try to do something to her kids, and oh, she just don't want to be a mom. It just comes with so many different scrutinies or whatever you want to call it. So people just kind of mask it up, and it gets worse. And then, people want to prescribe medicine, but then you're scared to take medicine because you're like, I don't know, because it has so many side effects. What if it makes me worse? So having postpartum depression plus regular depression, oh my God, that's like a double homicide. Like, that ain't nothing nice. Because one minute you can be fine, the next minute, you feeling away. And, when you're going through those type of things, one day you're up, one day you're down, like I said, and you might not want to be bothered. And then you have people who are sensitive, you know what I mean, who don't really understand it. And then they like, oh, she acting funny or whatever the case may be, not knowing that you hurting inside. You not acting funny, you just hurting. You don't even know how to love yourself that day. So how can I even sit on the phone to talk to you? I can't even get myself together. You know what I mean? So it's real out here with this depression stuff. And it's just even worse too when you really don't have a support system. And a lot of people get mad. When I'm saying a lot of people get mad, I'm sorry if I'm kind of jumping subjects. When I say a lot of people get mad, that means like, okay, for instance, if you are going through something and you say you don't have a support system, but you got people that you talk to on the phone or text, but they're not necessarily your support system. They're people you talk to because you're like, okay, I need somebody to talk to, but they're not really there for you. And then when you make it a point to say, oh, I don't really have a support system, they're offended, but you're like, looking at them like, but you're really not there for me. All you there for is to talk about the drama. You can't, you know what I mean? And then when I do talk to you about it, you kind of just say, well, I told you this, and now that nobody wants to hear I told you so when they're going through something. So that's what I meant when I said that. And I feel like a lot of people don't have a safe place when it comes to um, depression and things of that nature. So people would rather choose to do other things like drugs or act out and be promiscuous and all that other stuff. And it's not helping that, we had this whole COVID thing. I remember, I guess the beginning of 2020 is when it really started hitting. It's just like, that's made it worse. You got people, loved ones dying left and right from this COVID thing that just came out of nowhere. And it's like, every time you turn around, you seeing a rest in peace, and it's just like, you can't take it no more. Like, how much more is gonna happen? Like, is this really happening? Like, sometimes I really be looking like and thinking like, am I in the real world right now? Like, literally every time I get on Facebook, like, I have anxiety sometimes because like I'm seeing too many rest in peace, and I have to deactivate my page sometimes and delete my app to stay off of it because it's just too much. It's just way too much for me. Like, it makes my anxiety times 10. And it's just hard to deal with, It's hard to deal with. And speaking from a personal standpoint, I've had a few losses this year, and I'm not even just talking about with death. I'm talking about with people that are still living, but the relationship we had is dead. Like, what I thought, was something's nothing, and that can be devastating too. You know what I mean? But nah, you can't be sad about that because then you'll be weak, and oh, you was stupid and all that there. So yeah, you get me? You gotta just keep it all in, right? No, you're not supposed to do that. But hey, it's kind of like I've gotten to the point to where I'll just rather sit in solitude than to talk to people that I know is not going to do me any good, who's not going to be able to help me. I'll say that. And don't get me wrong, I know everybody, a lot of us, I'll say, have our own problems. That's true. However, you can't expect me to be there for you with certain things, and then when it's your turn, then there's nothing there for me. You know what I mean? That's not how it works. But at the end of the day, I do have at least one safe place I can go to that I know is gonna be there no matter what they're going through, and I genuinely appreciate that. No need to mention them because they already know who they are, and it's just the truth, and I love them to death, and I don't care who feels away. I have one person, that's it, and without them, I don't know how I will be able to get through a lot of things, But I do want to say to people that are going through depression, even, depression can come from a numerous of things. It can come from, grieving and so many things. But if you're going through depression right now, even though I'm going through my own storms, I will say this. Like, I know for a fact what helps me. Not everybody believes, but I'm going to tell you this. If you do, and if you don't, I'm not going to judge you. But I will say, like, God is always on your side. Like, I'm telling you, like, without him being to the point to where I'm just low of low, that's the person that can lift you up. That's like the number one person. If you feel like you can't talk to nobody else, I guarantee you can talk to them. You can talk to him. You can. I'm telling you, like I I'm gonna get into certain things later on in different videos. But when I say I have testimonies about certain things, I do. So that's one man that's always gonna be there, love you, whatever you go through, whatever you're going through. You know what I'm saying? And we're human. We all, sometimes we just get to the point to where we feel like, oh gosh, I just can't make it. I don't know who. You don't want to do nothing. You just feel like, you know, you don't even want to talk to God at that point. You're mental. I know, I understand it, but like I'm saying, like, but he is always there. Even when you feel like that, he's still there for you. He still loves you. He's still protecting you. You know what I mean? You gotta talk to him. Talk to him. I promise you, it will make it so much better. So my point in making this audio, like most of these videos / audios that I've been making, it's just me speaking from the heart. It's not me like trying to like read a script, because I don't write none of this down. If you can tell, I don't write this down or nothing like that. I just speak from what I'm feeling, what I genuinely like, my experiences. Like right now, I'm literally speaking from the heart. It's 2 a.m. I'm laying in bed, and I'm just speaking from the heart. I'm speaking on things I see going on in the world right now, things that I'm personally experiencing right now. So sometimes you might be like, oh, she's drifting off from this to this, because I'm just speaking for me. I'm not writing none of this down. It's no script. It's nothing like that. I'm not necessarily trying to get clout or nothing. I just want to talk, because this is something I always wanted to do. I always wanted to, talk. I'm not, like, I just always wanted to talk about, like, because I felt like me talking could possibly help somebody or something like that, you know what I mean? Because I have a lot of testimony to give, and I'm kind of easing into it, but I'm going to get to a lot of things later on down the line when it comes to, trying to grow my channel and everything. So that's what it is. When I get on here, I'm speaking from the soul, and I genuinely be like feeling it, and I be like hoping that when I say certain things that it can help somebody, or so I don't be trying to offend nobody. I just speak from what I see, like everyday shit, you know what I mean? So for those of you that have tuned in so far to my channel, just bear with me, please. I'm new to this. I'm figuring it out, but I am speaking genuinely from the heart. And thank you to the people that have subscribed. I'm not sure if everybody, because it doesn't show me everybody that subscribed, the names or nothing like that. I guess it only shows who subscribed if you have your own channel or whatever. I don't know how it works, but it don't show me everybody that's subscribed. But I have a few subscribers, and thank you to the people that have subscribed or whatever, and listened. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to keep the videos coming, but it's kind of hard because I have a 9-month-old baby, and then I got a lot going on. But I do want to start doing them frequently, at least 2, if not 3 times a week. Put a video or audio out. And I don't know what the topic's going to be about. I just go off of whatever, like, I'm feeling or then been through, or, you know what I mean? That's how I kind of base it off of. Every now and again, I might do a video based off, like, some stuff that took place, like, far as, like, when I did one about the baby, social media, because it was a big thing, and then I kind of went into my own personal story, branched off of that. But most of the stuff I'm going to talk about is going to be from the heart and a lot of personal experiences. So, yeah, you'll want to go ahead and subscribe, because it's definitely going to get really, I would say, I'm going to say intense, but intense in a good way to help somebody, you know what I mean? But I'm going to go ahead and end this video / audio. Thank you for listening. Sorry if I was all over the place, but it's 2 a.m. I'm laying here. My baby's on me sleep, and I'm just speaking from the heart. But if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, subscribe, please, if you like. Hit like, comment, and share if you would like. And I will keep it coming as often as I can. And I thank you guys for listening.